welcome to the Cultivating Calmness Podcast. Today I was in my garden and I got to thinking about our garden and our mental health and how those two things kind of coexist and really are connected. And I talk a lot about plants on here, and I've talked about my garden before. And so I was noticing some things, and I thought it was a great opportunity to talk about those things today. Well, what do your garden and your mental health have to do with each other? They probably have a lot of different things to do with each other, but the one that came to mind today was the idea of being patient and waiting for the healing to come and waiting for you or for the time or fill in the blank to be ready. What do I mean by that, and how did that connect to my garden? Well, I'm growing a lot of different things in my garden. Strawberries, but those are over and done with, and those fit all of the things I'm growing fit into this analogy today. So, currently I have loofahs growing, cucumbers, cantaloupe, honeydew melon, several different herbs, lemon balm, basil tulsi, oregano. My chamomile is about done. It may reseed and I may get some more. I have peppers, tomatoes, broccolinis, spinach, green beans, and elderberries. And there's probably some other things I haven't remembered. Potatoes are growing. Yeah, so all of those things take patience. And we have to wait for them to get to the ripeness that they need to be in order to get the full benefit of whatever they are, the herb, the fruit, the vegetable, you name it. Today and yesterday, those were green beans and elderberries. I have several elderberry bushes and they are producing a lot of fruit right now, but none of them are like ready, and I'm watching them, and I start to see the purples or the pinks and the purples, and then they turn into like a deep color, and that's really where you want them. You really want them in those like that deep color, like they're really ripe. The downside is if you wait too long, then the birds get them all. And if you go and see my bushes, a bunch of the berries have already been eaten. I'm guessing the birds ate them when they were not ripe enough yet. And then the rest are going to be eaten when they are ripe enough. And lucky me, I have a bird's nest in my elderberry bush this year. I have 4, so it's in one of the bushes. I found them yesterday. And I wasn't sure if there was anything in it, so I did the little phone thing and I put the phone up there, and sure enough, there are 3 little babies in my elderberry bush, and both mom and dad came and were feeding the birds. And then today, when I went back to look at them, and to actually like pick some of the berries because I thought some might be ripe enough, mom and dad were not too happy about me even just being around. I didn't try to take any picture. No, my daughter wanted me to take a picture, so I did try to take a picture, and that upset them. But even just me being around, looking, I wasn't even near that bush. I was at another one trying to cut some berries, and they didn't like that. I think they were trying to attack me at one point, and I was trying to reassure them, "I'm not going to hurt your babies. I'm not going to hurt your babies. I want them to live. I don't really like that you're probably feeding them my berries, but I'll let you do it." Um, but in doing so, I'm noticing and I started thinking, there are ripe berries, there are kind of ripe berries, there's definitely not ripe berries, and there's like, whoa, not even close, like, don't even touch them berries. And that made me think about your mental health, our mental health, and how, or just your health, like your health journey in general. Sometimes there's a place of readiness, whether that is your body, your brain is ready to take on healing, or whether that is your body is at a place to is finally processing some of those things and you're finally doing the things, but it just takes time. Your body, your brain has to marinate in whatever that is. It has to do some healing in order for you to be fully ready or fully done, right? Lots of different ways you can handle that and look at that, but that's what really got me thinking is that I get impatient with sometimes the berries specifically because I'm like I want to pick them and I want to pick them all right now, but they're all going to be ready at different times. So I'm probably going to need to wait a few more days, and then I'll go back and look and see how many I can cut off again and pick all the berries off. And then I could do something with those berries as they get, more ripe and as they're ready to go. Same thing with the green beans. I was letting them go. I wasn't like looking at them. It was hard to see from like outside the little fence what was really actually ready and what wasn't. I was seeing like little beans, but I wasn't seeing big ones, and I hadn't got over. I was just kind of letting them marinate. And I finally went in there yesterday, and I was like, whoa, there are ready beans here, probably past ready beans. So I picked over 3 pounds of green beans yesterday. I didn't look so thoroughly today. I picked a few, but I'm going to give it another couple days, and I'll go back and I'll pick some more green beans. And I'm sure, they will be ready another, probably not 3 pounds, but I will get some more green beans that are ready in the next few days. So same thing happens with anything you have in your garden, anything I have in my garden. Sometimes I wait too long, right? When that comes to you thinking about your health and your wellness, sometimes we wait too long. Maybe something we've had this thing going on, and it is getting worse and worse and worse, and we maybe needed to address it long before. But there's no time like the present. And so if you are noticing something like that, I've definitely had people come to me like, I've been holding on to this for a while. I'm finally ready to talk about it. Or maybe it's some, health complaint, and you're holding on to it and you aren't doing anything about it. And there could be many reasons for that, whether it's fear or anxieties or finances or, knowledge. There's lots of reasons people don't take the next steps when they are seeing symptoms or noticing problems. And I'm guilty of that as well. So when we notice them, right, whether it's too late or too early, it's okay to go get it checked. When it comes to the garden and picking things too early, yeah, if you pick it too early, you're not going to get the full benefit of that. That's not saying that when we're talking about your trauma that you shouldn't go. You definitely should. And it's like it's getting there before maybe it gets rotten, before, things start to happen that are because of, whatever it was that's bothering you, that's starting to really bother you more, right? Um, yeah, so it was just something I noticed about our impatience. I can be impatient. I want to pick the stuff right now. I don't want to wait, even though I need to wait. I want the healing to be done now. I want to feel better now. But the healing, the body and the brain have gotten to where they are over years and years and years and years and years. And so it's going to take time to reverse or to come back around and have that full healing. It's not going to be a snap of the fingers, flip of the switch, healing. It's going to take time for the body to be able to heal itself if you're doing everything you need to be doing. And most of the time, we're not doing all the things, we're doing some of the things. And so then, it's going to take even longer to get there. So when you're wondering, why am I not there yet? Why am I not healed yet? Why aren't things better? You got to take your time. You got to let them get there. You got to do the right things. You got to water the garden. You got to keep the birds away. You got to keep the negativity away, so that you can get through the healing process. The berries can be picked and they can be used for what they need to be used for, so that you can move on to the things you're ready to move on to, without carrying that load, right? And not carrying around the traumas and the negative beliefs that are kind of holding you back. So kind of short and sweet today. I just thought I would kind of share that because it was on my mind. It came up today, and I'm sure there's lots of other analogies you can make, but that was the one that came to mind today. So thank you for joining me today for the Cultivating Calmness podcast. I will see you again next week.